Listen up, gentlemen. There's a psychological pattern most men completely miss. When a woman is genuinely attracted to a mature man, she doesn't just come out and say it. Instead, she'll ask two very specific questions that reveal everything about her intentions. And if you don't catch these signals, the opportunity vanishes. Let me show you exactly what to look for. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor, hit that like button right now and drop a comment telling me if you've ever realized too late that a woman was actually interested in you. Your engagement pushes this content to men who desperately need to hear this message. Here's what most men over 50 believe. They think they've become invisible to women. They assume their best years are behind them. But here's the reality. Mature men are often more attractive than ever, especially to women who value stability, confidence, and emotional depth. The problem isn't your age, the problem is misreading the signals. You think she's just being friendly when she's actually opening the door for something deeper. Women don't broadcast their interest like a neon sign. They test you. They observe your emotional intelligence, your awareness, and your ability to pick up on subtlety. When a woman starts seeing you as someone worth pursuing, emotionally, physically, and romantically, her communication shifts from casual chit-chat to strategic curiosity. Now, let me break down what's really happening psychologically. Women today, regardless of age, communicate attraction differently than you might expect. They're not going to walk up and declare, "Hey, I'm attracted to you. I want to get closer." That's not how feminine psychology works. Instead, they explore, they probe, they ask carefully crafted questions designed to reveal three critical things about you. First, your emotional stability. Are you grounded and secure, or are you all over the place? Second, your availability. Not just your schedule, but your emotional capacity for connection. Third, your awareness. Can you actually recognize genuine interest when it's right in front of you? This is precisely when those two key questions emerge. But to truly understand why they matter, you need to grasp the deeper psychology at play. Here's the hidden fear many women carry, especially when dealing with older men. If she shows her cards too obviously, she worries you'll think she's desperate or needy. So she disguises her attraction as innocent curiosity. She wraps it in questions that seem harmless to a man who isn't paying attention. And here's the kicker. If you miss these signals, she rarely gives you a second chance. Women don't typically extend the same emotional invitation twice. Think about it this way. When a man is interested, he takes action. He offers help, protection, or support. When a woman is interested, she asks questions that hint at deeper connection. These aren't random questions. They're emotional bridges, carefully placed to see if you'll step onto them with presence and awareness. If you're finding this valuable, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. We're building a community of men who understand the real psychology of attraction, not outdated myths. All right, let's get to the first question. When a woman is drawn to you and wants to gauge intimacy potential, she'll ask some variation of this. Do you spend a lot of time alone? Now, on the surface, this sounds innocent, almost casual, but it's anything but. What she's really asking is there room for me in your world? Are you emotionally available, or are you locked into your routines and habits? She might phrase it differently. Do you usually go out by yourself? Are you seeing anyone right now? Do you keep to yourself mostly? You seem like someone who enjoys solitude. Is that true? This question isn't about loneliness, it's about access. She's already imagined herself somewhere in your life, and now she's testing whether there's actual space for her to enter. If she felt nothing for you, she wouldn't care how you spend your Saturday nights. Most men answer this question way too literally. They say things like, "Yeah, I'm alone most of the time," or "Not really, I stay busy." But a psychologically aware man understands the subtext. She's checking your openness. She's measuring your emotional availability. So how should you respond? Stay balanced. Stay grounded. Never appear desperate, but don't shut the door either. Try something like, "I value my space, but I'm always open to meaningful company. I enjoy my own time, but the right person can definitely add something special." This kind of response accomplishes two things simultaneously. It shows you're emotionally available without being needy, and it subtly signals that she might be someone you'd welcome into your life. This creates warmth, possibility, and emotional safety. Exactly what women are looking for. Now, here's the second question, and this one cuts even deeper. What are you looking for these days? Gentlemen, this is not small talk. This is a woman evaluating you as a serious romantic option. If she felt nothing for you, she would never ask something this personal. It feels too exposed, too intimate. She might ask it in different ways. What do you want at this stage of your life? What direction are you heading in? What are you focusing on right now? What are you hoping to find? This question is designed to reveal your inner direction. Women don't open themselves up to men who are drifting through life without purpose. They're drawn to men who are anchored, men who know who they are and where they're going. She's trying to sense, does this man have emotional clarity? Is he living with intention? Is he someone I can trust with my vulnerability? Here's where most men blow it. They answer too vaguely. I'm just taking things day by day. I'm not really sure right now. I'm just looking for peace and quiet. To a woman, that translates as drifting, uncertain, emotionally stuck. And women don't invest themselves in men who drift, regardless of age. Instead, you want to answer with masculine clarity. You don't need a rehearsed speech, you just need direction. Try responses like, I'm building a stronger, more intentional chapter with people who matter. I'm looking for genuine connection, something that feels natural, not forced. I'm focused on creating meaningful experiences with the right people. These responses communicate three critical things. You're moving forward, not stuck. You have emotional clarity, and there's space where she could potentially fit into your life. Subscribe reminder 710 720. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This channel is dedicated to helping men understand the real psychology of attraction. Don't miss out. So why are these two questions so powerful? Because they're directly connected to female desire. Women test based on emotional readiness, not randomness. Question 1. Do you spend a lot of time alone? Measures your openness. Question 2. What are you looking for these days? Measures your direction. When you're both open and moving with purpose, you create emotional pull. You become someone worth pursuing. Women don't need perfection from you. They need clarity. Clarity creates safety, and safety awakens desire. This is exactly why these questions appear repeatedly across different women, cultures, and situations. It's hardwired into feminine psychology. Real-world scenario, 8:30, 9:30. Let me paint you a real scenario. Imagine you're talking with a woman, maybe at a coffee shop, a social gathering, or even online. The conversation flows naturally. There's a comfortable tension. She laughs more than usual, touches her hair, maintains strong eye contact. Then she asks, so, do you spend a lot of time alone? This is her first emotional step toward you. She's cracking the door open. If you respond with awareness and presence, she feels encouraged. If you dismiss it or answer obliviously, the energy drops instantly. Days or even minutes later, she asks, what are you looking for at this stage of your life? This is the second checkpoint. She's deciding whether to invest more emotionally. If you answer with clarity, she sees possibility. If you answer with confusion, she pulls back. These aren't random moments, they're emotional checkpoints. And women almost never ask these questions to men they don't feel something for. Here's what you absolutely must remember. A woman who wants intimacy will not announce it directly. She will not confess her feelings. She will not push herself on you. Instead, she'll ask two questions. Are you emotionally open? Do you spend a lot of time alone? Are you emotionally alive? What are you looking for these days? These questions aren't about gathering information. They're about sensing your energy, your presence, your awareness. When you recognize them for what they are, you enter the moment with power. When you miss them, the opportunity evaporates. And remember, women rarely offer the same emotional invitation twice. When they open a door, it stays open for a very short window. Before you go, help me spread this message. Drop a comment below saying, I see the signs, to show you understand this concept and you're ready to apply it. Your engagement helps this reach more men who need to hear it. Gentlemen, women communicate attraction in ways that are subtle, emotional, and often completely invisible to men expecting obvious signals. What makes this especially critical for mature men is that women hold you to a different standard. They expect depth, presence, and clarity. A younger guy can be confused and uncertain. He's still figuring things out. But a man over 50, women assume you've lived enough to know who you are and what you want. That's why their interest shows up through emotional signals rather than obvious gestures. When a woman asks about your openness or your direction, she's not just collecting data. She's feeling out your emotional landscape. She wants to know if approaching you will feel safe, exciting, and worthwhile. If this resonated with you, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Remember, awareness is everything, and now you have it. See you in the next one.